Welcome one and all, I'm Dan Carey and this is Hard Hat Chat, powered by Core 4. Grab your PPE, it's about to get serious. This is the episode where we're discussing all things scaffold design with Ben King and Harry Reeve.
Right, hello and welcome to another episode of Hard Hat Chat with Kurt and Dan. As you might have heard there, we've got at least one extra voice. We've actually got two with us this week. We're touching on scaffolding again, this time design elements. So, guests, introduce yourself.
I'm Harry. I'm new to the scaffold design game, been in it about 6 months.
And I'm Ben King, Director of Pyramid Scaffold Design. And me and Harry are in it to talk about design.
Nice. And we should say hello to Dan, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, everyone knows me.
What about your relationship with these boys and how you know these?
I just met him in a cafe.
Oh,
Thanks.
we have just come from
It was
breakfast.
amazing. Yeah. That was amazing. I do feel very full now. I feel good. I feel like I'm ready to have a chat.
Perfect.
In a hard hat or out of a hard hat. Let's just chat about hats.
No one's going to know if we've got.
Actually, so this is it. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm not wearing my Stetson, but Harry here is gutted that I'm not wearing my Stetson today.
Yeah, he brought his
because he is wearing cowboy boots. Because me and Harry are the biggest Yellowstone fans.
That's what brought you together.
And that is literally, that is what brought us together.
There's a
the right here, the right now. And it's just like country music just does this to people, doesn't it, Harry?
It does. Something's got to chill me
You
out.
do look like you do look fresh off the ranch
Off
today.
the horse, yeah.
Could you sing us your favourite country song?
No. In short.
Oh,
So
really
look,
hoping
that's not how I actually know them. So I don't know how long we've been doing Core for. About 4 years, yeah. But before that, I worked for someone. Believe it or not, I did actually take orders and do some actual work for someone else, Kurt.
Shocking.
And that's how I met Ben, when Ben worked for someone as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. So about 5 years ago, yeah.
Mm.
And I just look, my approach to things have always been a bit different, in that they've always been a bit
mental.
I've always I've always looked at things differently, and I'd used a couple of designers and stuff before. Different structural engineers. There's a kind of designers are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
But then scaffold design's completely different again. So I guess that's what we're talking about here today. You either get it as a scaffold designer or you don't, or you just tick a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben gets it.
Well, that probably.
And he gets us.
Yeah.
Because of your background.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy working with people that we get along with, and that it's fun. That's a lot of what work's like, right?
Yeah, and occasionally then we get to have breakfast and go for dinner and stuff like that. And then we make more of a conscious effort, I guess, to do them sort of things together.
Yes. But I think the real difference in scaffold design, it's hard because if you're a graduate and you come out of uni, it's not going to be your highest priority to go into something like scaffold design, because you're designing bridges, buildings, etc. For us, it feels a bit like a privilege, doesn't it, to design scaffolds when we've come off the tools, really. So I think that attitude is totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you can tell that by the way that you talk. Like when we have discussions when we're out on site, or members of my team are out on site, and they're ringing you, trying to discuss an element of whatever it is, and you just get it because you've been there and you've done it.
Exactly. And a big part of the design process is visualizing it. And if you haven't built it or been around scaffolding, I would say it's hard to visualize something that someone's discussing unless you've been there and done it.
Why did you get into it then?
It was a pure chance.
Was you no good on the tools? Is that what it was?
Well,
I've heard that.
No. I was fine on the tools. I was fine, but it was a chance conversation. My uncle said to me once I'd become qualified as a scaffolder, "What are you going to do now?" Which is interesting, right? Because all that takes is one conversation, one remark.
Did you, going back to being on the tools, did you like to be on the tools?
Yeah, I was discussing this with Harry, really. I probably look at it more fondly than I did at the time. I perhaps didn't enjoy it as much at the time, but looking back,
What are just like the
I-
people, the weather? What was
I
the
love,
bits that
that's one thing I love. I love the people.
you love the people?
Yeah.
We found
It's
someone that
all-
likes the people.
No, you get different characters.
Yeah, there's characters,
within scaffolding. Perhaps
That's rose tinted glasses.
Yes.
You've been
Maybe,
off
I
the
mean,
top of the bar.
Yeah, he's only 6 months out.
Yeah.
He
I
gives us a real-
completely know where you're coming from though. Like, there's some mad people. There's all sorts of different people you meet. But I definitely I see where you're coming from. It is a good bit.
You are one of them mad people.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I relate to it so much.
All right, so Harry, you've been off the tools for 6 months then.
Yep.
And you've got first-hand experience of some of Dan's madness.
Yep.
And some of the madness here.
Hang on.
I
What
loved
do you
it.
mean? My madness? It's not my madness. It's the madness of the industry, Kurt.
Well, on top of the madness in the industry.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So I bring an extra layer of madness to things.
I
No,
loved
so-
it.
Harry, what do you think? What do you think about that? I don't know if that's fair assumption.
That's
that I'm
not fair.
mad.
I loved it. Best film I've
Oh,
ever
I didn't
done.
say it was a bad
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I never would have got off the
So,
toilet.
yeah,
so
like,
maybe
I
that
think
is
it's a
a bad
good
thing.
thing.
Like,
Says more about you.
yeah. How long did you do with us, Harry?
I don't know, just under a year, wasn't it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking
Yeah,
you.
I think it was just under a year. I think
And what did you say then? You loved it.
I loved it.
but that is the
Best-
reason
it
I
was-
got into
But
design.
it was different,
Yeah,
it was
it was-
different stuff, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah,
I think,
best
yeah.
team I've ever worked with, best work I've ever done. I loved it.
Is it because you're sitting next to me? You're saying that?
No,
right?
no.
You wasn't part of that team. It was the site team.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember the geezer that he likes. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I loved it.
So why did you go from like loving the tools
Mhm.
to getting into design? Did you think, oh, I can't do this forever?
That was a big one. I wasn't massively enjoying the area of scaffolding I was working within at the time.
Just talking like no build stuff.
Yeah, new build stuff. I don't.
Why do you think that? Why do you think no build attracts the?
It's just so much of it. You'll never be out of work because there's
The
just
dr-
so
yeah.
much of it, and it's day in, day out.
Pretty repetitive.
Pretty repetitive. Yeah, price work's on offer a lot of the time.
Can you earn good on price work?
Yeah, I don't know how long you're going to last doing it, but
What your body?
yeah, it's a young man's game. Like me and Jack enjoyed it.
He's saying that's the youngest person in the room.
Yeah, no,
How old are
exactly.
you now?
Which is why I done it. Which is absolutely why I done it. And but you don't see many blokes sort of older doing.
Yeah, so it
Doing
the whole industry, like scaffold in particular, takes its toll on your body.
Absolutely.
What do you think about the Tesla bots? Can you ever see them putting up a bit of tube and fitting?
Yeah, and they no back chat.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
it. And no Monday club.
No back chat.
Yeah. I mean, that Colombian flu that
Yeah.
everyone seems to
Yeah.
have on a Monday, I can guarantee you on a Monday, and it still happens now,
Yeah.
that we have to program our weeks, and we're programming weeks and months in advance, and we can't get that far down the line because by the time you lose a few Mondays, you could be a month out.
And a few
Somewhere.
grandmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, mate, the amount of times that people have it's like their same like dogs,
The dog sisters.
dog sister, yeah,
Yes.
twice removed, died, and you think, "Man, they died 2 months ago." But yeah,
If you're paying that close attention. But
I I did in the beginning.
Mm.
I did. I was like, oh, I'd feel like everyone was. I feel like, oh, these scaffolders they have a lot of bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
give them a
realised,
Monday
and then I
off.
guess for me, like I was green. I had some they weren't proper good men. And then you get people like Harry, good man, Mark, good man, and then they just know their job.
Mm.
Yeah, they just know how to do it. So Harry would be from my point of view, it'd go completely the other way. You'd never talk to Harry.
Mm.
That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think
Because you just go off with a drawing
yeah,
and you would do it.
Yeah.
The only time I speak to you if you're using the pub.
But
But it was
So
only
from
but
1
you'd
o'clock
never,
onwards.
I'd never get no hassle.
Yeah.
Which was great for me.
but that works both ways. Interestingly, because a lot of there are blokes like that out there, But I mean, you treated us well, but firms just chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You're never going to get a youngster who wants to come and it's like, oh, come here and be abused for 6 days a week, and then
Absolutely,
like get up early or whatever, and then be told, and then just be dropped on your backside when there's no work and all that. I don't get that. And I set up. It was COVID. I was like, I want to change the world, but obviously I didn't.
Yeah.
Not yet, not yet.
But not yet. Yeah, but I'm still trying to. I'm still trying to make a movement of like, just do it differently. Like if you can beat anything in this industry, because the same problems are going to be there. The problems are going to be there with the men. Problems are going to be there with like the money. Getting paid of these contractors, getting abused by them. Like the bashings that we take, that it's difficult to like not filter it down
Oh, it's
to the
nature of the beast.
But
isn't
we like to sort of keep it at our level because I think me and Kurt, we think we're thicker skinned. Do we, Kurt, or not?
I used to.
Yeah, but you like we take it well, don't we? And then
Yeah.
we because we want a better environment for the guys to
Oh yeah,
work in, don't we?
but you've just got to take a step back and see a bigger picture to do that. And I think people get so like buried under like the rubbish because there is a lot of
yeah.
like that you just
It's the lies
Yeah.
in scaffolding, isn't it?
Oh.
I think that gets
think
to-
it's
I think
across
that gets to us.
construction.
Yeah, it's a
in
construction
general,
lie.
to be fair. Yeah,
It's like there's always an issue why something can't happen.
yeah.
Best one I ever heard.
Go
Go
on.
on.
My cat ran over the top of my alarm clock and turned the alarm clock off, and that's what
Oh,
happened.
stop it!
Oh,
Who was
yeah.
that?
Jimmy Dart, his name was.
Okay.
Legend in the game.
Jimmy Dart,
He was,
reach out if you're listening to
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I mean that
I mean,
is
it's shocking
come
it
on.
happened
We've
twice.
we've
A
all,
week.
we've all heard like some ridiculous excuses. Back in the day when you was on the tools, Ben?
I'll never missed a Monday, mate.
No, you never did. But
what have you heard?
what did you hear?
That was a good one, to be fair.
Yeah,
That's quite hard.
Yeah. I mean, I know like we worked with there was a little bit of crossover, and that was an exceptional like that group that Dad had work. There was some proper characters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one had the flu because him and his bird were at a party. They've ended up having a punch up. Police have turned up, and you seen on Hot Fuzz where they're hopping the fences
Yeah,
on the gardens.
Yeah.
He's done one of that and ended up in a pond, and he's had to crawl himself out. And then because he's hiding from the police, he's like sleeping in bushes and stuff. So he was ill from that, but he was like absolutely
How long did this
wild.
go on for then? How long was he hiding for the police?
I don't know.
It's still open.
Yeah, it's just them sort of silly stories.
There is, and then it always gets to. And again, Harry was totally different. You get to a Wednesday, you'd pay them all on a Friday, and you'd get to the following Wednesday, and they've all run out of money, and they all want a sub.
Yeah.
You think it's only a couple of days before you get paid again, but they don't just want a sub off of. Right, don't sub my normal money. What I do is I come in and do the weekend for you. So if you sub me the weekend,
Yeah.
and I stupidly got caught by it on more than one occasion, where I'd give these guys benefit of the doubt, and I'd think, oh yeah, they do, they need it, they got families and whatever. So I was fronting them money. They never ever done that Saturday for me, and they never attempted to pay me that money back.
It's interesting.
But the way that I now look at that, Ben, is
Yeah.
that's on them and not on me.
Yeah.
Because
good karma.
they've had me, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a couple of £100 here and a couple of £100 there.
Well, talking of the financial side, me and Harry have discussed this, and you can be earning good money at 25.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was an attractive prospect to bring people into the industry. You can earn good money.
Yeah.
I think Harry's take on it's slightly different.
Yeah, so I see it as it is good, but it's almost a trap. So I was earning great money on the tools. Knew I wanted to do something slightly different. Knew I was craving for that sort of learning again. Knew it was going to be like a big drop in money. So I worked out that I could take that. But I think you get caught in that trap. Everyone knows they can't do scaffolding forever, right? Or most people can't. Chances are you're going to get injured or just end up pickled. But once you're on that good money, it takes a lot to like half the money, doesn't it? or to take that big
Yeah,
step
because
back.
you live to your means. No matter
Absolutely.
what industry,
Yeah.
you just live to your means, don't you?
If you're
Yeah.
earning that
You
from
will spend it.
25, you don't really earn much more than that, but you're used to that money.
Yes.
But then you get a bit pickled, or your body's giving up on you. It's very difficult to make a change at that point. So it's almost like a bit of a trap. You can earn that money young,
yeah.
but to actually
So
make
are we
some
like,
decisions-
we're letting youngsters, so like you get into the game from, leaving school and college. What are you saying? By the time you get through 5 years, you can be
60
running a
grand?
site
Yeah.
and on 60 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's not going to
And
be,
then there's not much of a progression from there in terms of money unless you go into other areas, contracts managing, black hat,
yeah,
QS, all them sort of stuff. But
yeah.
mainly the office stuff, you're going to take a pay cut.
Mm.
But if you're accustomed to that sort of money, you've got to pay the mortgage. You've got,
Yeah.
you're almost, you're
And
almost trapped.
it's linked to as well. It's a chat I have with my accountant all the time. I might ask him these questions. So you might think this is a silly question, but it's not to me. If I was an accountant, I'd be sat in your warm office like this is when I was on the tools. I'm in a warm office as well now.
Yeah.
But so we don't have that. Like, who's ever spoke to any of these lads on site about financial well-being or how to look at to look after that side of things?
It's funny you should bring that up, because that is basically what we're trying to do with this podcast.
Right.
We just want to talk it out with people like yourselves, with people like the things that go through my head. We can't talk about that now. We will be here all week, right? But it's having them conversations. Like, it's sort of acceptable to have them conversations in office environments, but it just doesn't seem to be on site. And like when you're in a halfback, you're in a lorry with a gang, they want to talk about
patronising as well. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was saying, "Have you thought about your pension?" What?
but no one's doing it. Are they? No one's doing it.
Exactly.
And that's the problem, isn't it?
But if you're like, if the older generation were not saying that to us when we were on site, and then we're not saying it to that, it's never gonna. You're gonna get a bit of grief though. That's the problem.
All around. Like, this is a whole, like, such a male-driven environment, isn't it? And men don't talk about nothing today.
Exactly.
And then the eye opener for me was when I got into like an MD position, was like how the problems then roll to you, and then how sort of everyone's kind of got the same problems. And take the typical scaff, if you like, to one side, that one who wants a sub on a Wednesday. Sort of everyone's still chasing the money and still got an issue if they do have to have a week off, or if they've had a couple of days off because one of the kids are ill, the missus is ill, or something like that. The whole industry is self-employed, and they need to be earning money, and then no one's got anything to fall back on.
No, it's a risky. And again, Harry and I were talking about it in terms of your body giving up on you and the longevity to your career. That's actually quite risky. If you get injured or something as a scaffolder,
you almost need to like insure yourself, but no one would ever pay the premium.
I think there is some sort of
there's income protection.
Yeah, there's income. But
I'm going back to my financial services days now.
But imagine like if you could insure yourself,
a very expensive
thing, like Michael Flatley's feet.
Yeah.
You know,
who's Michael Flatley?
Sorry,
Who's he?
The Lord of the Dance. You don't know who Michael Flatley?
If he ain't a cowboy, he don't know who he is.
Yeah,
it's close. He's Irish. Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance. I'll tell you what. When he's next,
Britain Got Talent.
No. When he's next, he's got. What do they? Come on, Kurt. You must have a fact about Michael Flatley.
He loves river dance.
He does. He does the river dance. Like, if you've not seen river dancing, where they keep their bodies completely still
and their feet are going,
and their feet are flailing around,
like a swan.
Yeah, but on land.
On a stage.
Oh, no, land swan.
No. But they're on a stage in front of you.
Yeah.
You're listening to like Irish fiddle music, and they're just going diddly-dee, diddly-dee, diddly-dee. It's very good, entertaining. Anyway,
they don't make that noise.
Michael Flatley insured his legs and his feet for a lot of money. That's the point I was making here. And I just wondered if there was sort of like an insure. Obviously, the income protection, but could you insure yourself against, like, I've hurt my hand this week. Kurt, you'd know
Dunno,
that.
I guess that's a question for our insurance episode.
A nice plug.
Yeah.
Nice plug.
don't know who
I
would
hope
be
we
on
get
that.
a guy on that
Yeah,
knows what he's talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
on that one, because
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Somebody with genuine facts.
Yeah.
I looked into a little bit, and it was mega dear.
See, it's not that crazy.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is a
ridiculous.
Like income
dear.
protection's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and B, you had to be off work for 6 months before they started to pay off.
Yeah, you can get.
Oh, yes, you're already skinned and lost your
That was
house.
the one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah, no one's got, and that's the problem here. No
Yeah.
one's got like a 6-month buffer of cash of that.
No, and if you want it to pay out quicker, you can get it. But then obviously the premium is fortunes. So yeah.
Okay,
But I think that might tie in a little bit to like, are you going into scaffold for a career, or have you just fallen into it? Most of us just fall into it, or it's
because
family
the
member.
stereotypical is like they go in prison a bit and then they come out and then they go into scaffolding and then they go back to prison for a bit and then that's
That
like
is
the,
stereotypical,
that's
mate.
the stereo. No, but that's
a
what
wonderful industry.
no, but that's what people think about it, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's, I guess that's the difference between like street workers and street work firm and then the likes of, say, what we're doing, because we're forced in a way. We're forced to kind of get a design for everything, aren't we?
Yeah,
Some of the stuff you've designed for me over the years would not have needed a design, would it? And that's how things have changed.
Yeah, but that's your client requirements, right? But
Yeah, but I think it's the way that end of the industry's going, and it filters down, doesn't it, over time?
Yeah.
And we've sort of seen that.
But I think in terms of like the career progression or whatever, there's not a lot of it tailored or put out in front of you. Like people don't start scaffolding and know they can become a designer. I didn't.
No,
It
yeah.
Be,
That's it. Yeah,
be raw relatable now, or if you're good with a
one of the best things that we heard was we was at the NASC Awards a couple of years ago. Yeah, who was on? Kurt, you love telling this story.
Rob Beckett.
Go on. I've sent it to you. Go on, tell a story.
Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
That's
I can't even say it.
That's telekinesis, Kyle. You was talking about Tenacious D back in the day, weren't you? Yeah.
Mind
Boom.
blowing. Yeah.
You remember Tenacious D?
I love Tenacious
D. Yeah. Right. So go on.
Get the guitar out, mate.
Yeah. There was obviously various categories for awards. One of them was best scaffold design, and he opened up. He was like, "Surely, you just go round the house. Like, that's the design.
Yeah.
Not the scaffold."
Yeah.
So he was like, the design's the house, and he'd done this whole kind of couple of minutes on it.
Really? You've done some prep then?
Because he was introducing each award.
Yeah.
And
he rushed through it, to be fair, didn't he?
It was good. I mean,
I think it was on appearance money, not time.
Yeah.
Is that why it cost you a fortune to be NASC?
Yeah, because they pay for
Well, no, you still have to.
Beckett.
Yeah, you still have to pay for your ticket to go as well.
I didn't know that.
I mean, we're
That's why
That's why.
we're
we are in ASC.
we're lucky.
I saw
We
that.
get
Nice.
Perry to pay,
Nice.
and we actually were
Shout out
supposed to.
Charlie again.
Oh yeah.
My
I mean, I'm sure at some point in time it goes on our bill, but we.
Definitely.
But that was interesting. Like when you go and before I was in the industry. Now,
But even the same
directly in
What's
that.
Would you have known what the progression is? The first down, not necessarily the first day on site, but you don't know.
No, so the first, say the first few jobs that we done as a company, I didn't really take into account design at all anywhere. So we didn't. We almost didn't charge for it, and it was only till probably a couple of years ago. Then when Kurt came in, and things got real. We're charging like a prelim and a design at cost plus.
Yeah.
Because we're knowing that yes, the client requires that, and we know they require that. They require the Cat 2, the Cat 3 check on everything that we do, and where we do the other aspects of, in groundwork, you have the same sort of things. We have boxes. There's different things that go into the ground, yeah, and it's the same process, like just ITPs. Okay, sign this off, sign that off, and then we don't have that at Streetworks level. So it's almost split the industry right for the middle, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it really depends because they jump, like scaffolders notoriously jump ship a lot, right? So you get a lot of experience. Sometimes you get a lot of experience from doing that. If you're not just chasing the money, you might work for a street firm on the weekends and work on site in the week, or and then that again that will trickle down to like each different client and trying to improve. But I wouldn't say like there's each street sort of versus site or building work. I think it's more people need to know that scaffolding can be a career rather than just a stopgap.
Yeah.
Because everyone falls into it. No one comes
Yeah.
out of school thinking, right, I'm going to be a scaffolder.
Yeah.
This is
Or any of the construction jobs, maybe.
This are some of the numbers I got today as part of my facts that are actually facts as well. And
Verified facts.
These are verified facts. How many scaffolders do you think there are in the UK?
60,000.
Good guess.
I'm going to go 45.
Oh, Dan?
Is this like from CITB?
Hmm.
Oh.
What difference does that make?
No, because
'cause
I'm
you'll
talking
get-
like, so these are
you'll get
scaffolders
some-
with cards,
yeah.
but obviously I get loads of people that ring us up all the time
Say
that
I'm a
tell me
scaffolder that,
I'm a scaffolder. I don't need an advanced card because I'm
Yeah.
the best scaffolder that ever walked the face of this earth.
Yeah.
I get that phone call at least once or twice a week.
He stopped calling.
I've
now.
known. Yeah. No, Harry's actually got the ticket, right? But there's a difference in there, right? So that was 49,524.
Very close to Ben's. 34,000. Lower than I thought.
So Ben won there. What does Ben win?
The respect and adoration of us all.
Love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, they was pointing out that there's a massive shortage amongst scaffolders, and there's only, I think, 2 more industries.
Kurt, you do realise if you're using CITB facts, they might charge us for that by way of levy.
No, this isn't CITB. It was originally, but it's elsewhere now.
Okay. Because they love a levy.
They do love a levy.
Yeah.
But yeah, carpenters, welders, and electrical engineers are the other ones, like mainly like in demand. So talking about like career opportunities, like straight from school,
Yeah.
they're clearly there. And then when you couple that with the fact that apparently scaffolding is the 3rd highest paid trade in the UK, just behind joiners and gas engineers.
Yeah,
I would-
it
Yeah,
doesn't
so
really add up.
like
That's as of September 2024.
Yeah, it don't really add up, does it?
No.
You'd have thought that'd
So-
be getting people through the gate.
Yeah.
Perhaps because they don't know.
I mean,
that the
if
money's
there's a
there.
demand there, obviously it means
But I
scaffolders
just-
are in demand. That's going to push it up.
True,
But
true.
I just think
there's
it's
opportunities.
that gap
isn't there?
when they come. If you go to the wrong firm's going to do what Harry said. They're just going to dog you until your body gives up, until you're 25, and then you.
And I think we're a big transition period. So we've spoke about the old style charge hands, like very closed, very get to the top of the ladder, then pull the ladder up after yourself. I think we are going the right way now, and because I think that ruins it. Like you say, you just get them. If that's your first person you face whilst going on site,
It sets a bad.
it's
tone
exactly
for the
right.
rest of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And you sort of, and if them behaviours are learned, you follow that through. So if it's male dominant, aggressive, all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, and you learn to be around that and continue that, that's all you're going to be to the next one.
Yeah.
You need to there's not.
I think that's
not a lot of
where
empathy
You've got to
and
break
stuff.
the cycle.
See, I think that's where we've always been a bit different. Nice, they're on tour at the moment, Kurt. Yeah, nice little plug there.
Yeah.
We've always tried to be different, but I think that's also stifled our growth
Yeah.
with things. So, we'll get opportunities to do new builds, but we can't compete at what the others can do because they get on the new builds. I don't know what you think about it, Harry. There's a lot of there's still a lot of foreign labour.
Yeah,
And we're competing with that, and we can't compete with that
yeah, definitely.
because they work a bit longer, they work a bit harder.
Well, notoriously, it'll be big. I mean, it depends what sort of size sites you're talking about, but the big players can't get that all
Yeah.
covered anyway.
And the money's even
That's
the
the
money's
different.
not great.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Do you think the big players? So even like where we're based in Essex, we won't mention no names.
No, but I can
There's
think
a
of
few-
firms-
there's a few dotted about.
Firms,
Yeah.
firms that get them.
Well, then
Do you think?
Countryside, Red Road?
Yeah. So do you
all
think?
them
Do you think the industry's cartelled?
No, I just think they're set up for volume. I think each different scaffold companies have different capabilities. Some are set up to do the big blocks, the high rises.
Yeah.
I think you can niche down within the scaffold industry, and
Yeah.
you know, some do the house bashing, some work in the city, some do the rail. Not too many of them branch out too much further from that. I don't think they know what they're good at. They're set up for it because for the house bashing, for argument's sake, if you've got all the kit, you need a big yard. You know, if you're doing lots of volume. Same with the high rise stuff, but maybe not so much if you're just doing bits and pieces in the city, for argument's sake, or you know, small bits like enabling works. A different business model.
Kurt looks like he's got another fact.
Well, no, I was just going to say we said it isn't just scaff wide either; it's construction wide, because the CITB estimates that construction industry is short of around 250,000 construction workers. So, like, there is something missing, like from kids leaving school and a career within construction. But is it the fact that they don't know the career progression at all? Is it?
I don't know. A lot of kids don't want to.
Is it everyone wants to be a YouTuber?
It is a hard work.
I completely agree.
It's a hard work, but I think longevity, like to have longevity within it, I think you do need to be a bit hands-on. So how do you spruce that up to say, look, you do 5 years on the tools and then you progress into this? Like there needs to be a bit of a carrot, I think.
Yeah. Or even a day a week, like while you're on the tools, you'll also be
developing another area.
Yeah, and you can pick what.
Yeah. What takes your fancy?
We just got to roll that out now.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about, weren't we? I mean, obviously, this is the absolute best case scenario, but someone like NAS that's got access to a massive pool of sort of employers like that do scaffolding, could do the design, could do all sorts of. If they was to set up some sort of program where there is that light at the end of the tunnel, and I think it would also solve the part of the labour issue, because it'd be bringing them lads in with promise to other things.
Yeah.
And I think they'd be the right sort of people, especially if you was dangling the carrot and they was going to have, you know, yearly reviews or.
Well, if you can do 5 years on the tools, you know they're committed, right? Like if they know the plan and they've committed to 5 years because they want to get into the next bit, you know. But things change when you're young as well. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes chopping and changing jobs helps you progress and understand what you actually want. Who knows what they want to do for themselves as well.
Yeah, we've always looked at this model that some friends use, and they get youngsters as electricians, but they're attached to a college course for say 3 years, and then they kind of bring them up through the ranks within their firm.
What's that retention?
They take five on a year, and probably a couple drop out. After say a year or two, but then they've always got like fresh legs coming through. So they've always got youngsters coming through. And every now and again they get like a golden nugget where then that all of a sudden that young lad who's 20, he's driving around a brand spanking new van and he's got all the tools, and then you go, oh, he's doing well, because then you start to see him on jobs.
And his peers see that. So, you know,
But it's always been this has been so hard to get anyone into.
On both sides. Like scaffolding and
scaffolding and groundwork. Who wants to dig? We put an ad out the other day for like.
Did you try and make it funny?
No, we don't. We don't make it funny. It's just the way that my mind thinks. So I was like, I can't remember exactly what it said. It was that much of a good ad. Like, do you like the smell of poo in the morning or something like that? Because it's like, who wants to be a groundworker? Who wants to be connecting a drain up when you've just had your breakfast? But that is what we do. Yeah. And like most of the time, like, you know, it's been drizzling a bit today. That drizzle is going to turn everything to mud, and you're going to be covered in muck. Your legs going to be a bit heavier. So you're going to be a bit more lethargic.
How would you get through it? Or how did you get through it
so
before? Like,
it's just
so
I'm just saying, like, now it's so much more difficult than it used to be. We used to have just youngsters that you could take one under your wing. Like, we've got one at the moment. We've actually got two really that I can think of. We're trying to build up, and then we got through one. He's been with us about a year, and then the other day he goes, "Yeah, I think I want to be a plumber."
Fair enough, mate.
Yeah, but I had it before with an electrician, the best lad we ever had. And he was here day one when I opened the firm up. He went, I want to be an electrician. And I would never stand in their way. So I went, good luck to you. I got him in with the electrical firm and that was it. Yeah. And he thanks me every time I see him.
See, both of them cases sort of show you that most people would say be a sparky or a plumber, good career.
Yeah.
Who's saying scaffolding?
No one's saying it's a good career. Yeah. But now, like with what we're seeing with the big boys, we're going at. So basically, a bit like scaffolding, you used to be, if you didn't really have a trade, you could be a ground worker. But now your card's got to say ground worker. If your card don't say it, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And then what is ground worker? It's all that, like it's all a bit, there's ambiguity around it because like he's working the ground, isn't he? And like we had it the other day. You can't have the labourer's card anymore and dig a hole. Labourer just carries the stuff to the hole. Yeah. This is a real thing.
That's a question for our health and safety guy, though.
That is, that's a whole nother issue on cards. But what I'm saying, like Ben's right, there's nothing.
Yeah.
We've got to create something.
Or even it's the narrative that's already out there. Like I remember when I was at school, I said I wanted to be a plumber. I'd done a plumbing apprenticeship for a little while. Then I went to Cavos for a season and that sort of
live the dream.
Exactly. And then when I came back, that's when I got a job on the tools. So again, you just sort of fall into it, or it's a family member. I don't really know how you can get up that list of people wanting to do it. I guess again, there's more longevity to being a sparky or a plumber, unless
you think about those extra things, isn't it?
Well, the extras, or they look after their staff.
So I think
so there's longevity. So you can work till you're 50.
Yeah.
Could you? How would that look? How would they look after
like part of the thing is like lumping round them long and all that heavy gear all the time. And then it's like what we've tried to do over the years, where we've tried to go more towards system. And I do love system because of its speed and that. Yeah, and it's all like, it's not, the gear's not as long, so you're not lumping that around. Then do you get more life out of someone by doing that?
Yeah.
But then we've struggled with it again, didn't we? Getting people to adopt it because
it's the new again, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's slightly different.
It's not the way they learn how to do it.
Yeah.
But I think we're part of this episode. When we advertise this episode and it's all over LinkedIn, I think we should try and get some youngsters to reach out, and we'll give a young person the opportunity to get into the industry.
Yeah.
And what about if they just wanted to shadow what you do?
Yeah, they can come and have a look and see.
There you go.
Do a mix of both, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Do a mix of both. What's better?
Couple of days with Ben, couple of days on the tour.
I mean, there's an offer in it for a young person out there. There's an offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think with the design stuff as well, it's tricky for people to really appreciate what we're doing sometimes. Did you feel like that when you came in the office? Like, did you really know? A couple.
Can we backtrack a bit on that, because he used to be a rebel, didn't he? When it comes to your designs.
Yeah. So I've heard. He
didn't say nothing. Yeah. I used to love it when he used to say,
I don't need
what was the comments? Go on.
I don't need all that.
Don't need all that gear in it.
That's the classic one.
Yeah.
Have you changed on that? I mean, the hardest thing from being an ex-scaffolder to designer is you've seen it work without the stuff you're putting in it, although you know the reasons behind why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with the bending moment of a tube, but
like it.
But that's the only word I've learned in 6 months. Massively. But I think a massive bit of that is, as a scaffolder, especially as a part 1 and 2, you might never see a design, let alone actually understand what goes into it. I'd never seen a set of calcs until I'd come with you. Mm-hmm. You just get the drawing on site. I mean, to be fair, why would you get the calcs? But that doesn't help you understand it anymore, and you don't understand it, which I think, again, we spoke about it before, about somehow, because we have to appease the figures, but how would you show that to the lads, or I mean, how would you get them interested in it as well?
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
Right, so we've got 4 questions then. You can take these each or together, whatever you want. Mm-hmm. The first one is, best thing about designing scaff.
Don't rain in an office.
Oh,
no, I was generally really buzzing about learning something new. I knew I never wanted to go into contracts managing because I saw my
Yeah.
dad do it,
Yeah.
and it looked horrendous. Dealing with blokes, it never works well. Dealing with people's wages, like if you're messing with people's money, so you hate it from the client, you hate it by the lads, you just hate it by everyone.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed. So I was never interested in that, but the actual engineering aspect, I'm really enjoying learning. So
have you learned any big words, like big engineering words?
There's so many I couldn't even pick one.
Because sometimes, so Ben will tell you, before I used to go into a meeting, sometimes I used to ring Ben and I used to say, "Can you like write me a sentence?" Didn't I, Ben? And that I would just repeat, and he'd write me like a couple of lines, and then I would just reel them off, and people would go, "Cool, that Dan, he's got an engineering degree," and
just shouting out photo synthesis.
Yeah, that was always my favourite thing about Ben. And but Ben never asked me why; he just done it. So learn some big words so I can ask you big words.
Yeah, nice.
Go on, the next one's worst thing about designing scaffolding.
Oh, it's like the opposite to the first question. I'll see what you're
doing. I don't like to work too hard.
The worst part is managing that. What's got to go in based on the standards versus the expectation on site. You know, is the host saying, does it really need that much in? And coming to a happy medium where we're comfortable with it and they're comfortable doing it. But more often than not, once you start working with someone, they'll start to understand how much kit needs to go into it to meet those regulations and the Euro codes, etc.
Nice.
But then you'll always get the client in between who we've had in the past, Ben, that will just cut some kit out of what we've done and just not think nothing about it and go, well, you know, we've bought, and then I remember a client who actually he rang you up to moan at you to basically tell you that he was better than you. You might have the qualification, you might have all the knowledge, but for years he's done it in a certain way.
Yeah.
Remember that guy? What a nice guy. Doesn't say what a horrible guy. What a lovely guy.
And that is just sometimes that closed mindedness.
It's closed minded. Yeah.
You know, I'm happy to. What's refreshing about bringing Harry in is it's bringing us closer to site again. You know, it's been 10 years since I've been on site.
Yeah.
You can say, do we really need to do that, or I would do it like this? What would you do? And those conversations are so important.
I think that is really important, and I think as Pyramid, as you guys are moving forward, I think that's what's going to take you forward. The way I see you from the outside, I think
it's a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuffy London engineers that just email me it, that won't discuss things on the phone with you. Exactly. That's your USP and competitive edge, isn't it?
I think so. Although there is a fair amount of ex scaffolders in the industry. I think we can always have more. We can always bring more through, and it's how to make that attractive, mostly from a financial perspective. You know, because they've got to take the pay cut, but it's the longevity to it.
Nice. This one I reckon is for both of you. Favourite type of design to do?
Oh, I really love bird cages.
That's the response I wanted. Perfect. Harry.
You love doing a bit of system, to be fair.
All we wanted was a clip out of that, and now we're saying how much he loves bird cages.
Do you know the best bit about Perry? Charlie.
Oh yeah.
They are by far the best bit.
Unfortunately, they're just one of them firms that are just too big, aren't they? Like the people like Charlie and Matt are great, but as a firm, they're difficult to get through to.
Yeah.
Well, we know Charlie, so you've sorted it, you've cracked it.
Yeah.
And then finally, on or off the tools?
Yeah, off the tools.
Harry.
I mean, keeping my sensible
on the tools.
Keeping my sensible head on
the tools. I'm just crossing my fingers. I want to see Harry back in a Core 4 high vis.
I love it. I love them both. Like I don't.
That is someone sitting on the fence.
That's someone trying to please the person doing the podcast and his boss.
Watch out for those friends.
But you know, like we said earlier, you can't do it forever.
Yeah.
So I like being that bit of grit in the office. That bit of, you know, when you wear your boots in the office and there's like, get off the. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
Lovely. Well, thanks for coming
Good
along,
answers.
gents. I'm sure we'll do another one because we've hardly even touched on design actually. But it sounds like we have fixed construction in general. So,
Basically,
I would say we have. Yeah, I'd say we have.
so
We'll attach my email if Nas want to get hold of me or have a chat about anything.
So
perfect.
funny you should say that. We get on quite well with them, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we weirdly get on well with them.
Are you being sarky?
No. Like they are always messaging on social media.
on TikTok.
I got an email.
You, Rob Beckett, just all the
TikTok,
boys.
because I will say something ridiculous to their photos.
Yeah.
Like there's a few people there. So Phil, he's all right there, and so he messaged the other day, didn't he? About some bits, but we get on really well considering we're not members. Yeah. And
at some point
we might go Belfast, might not.
Are you going to take the private jet? Because we'll jump on
A helicopter I was going to take.
Oh, you get your own table now. You're members.
Yeah.
As long as there's cigars, I'll go anywhere.
For £3,000, you can have your own table.
Oh.
And you still got.
No, that'll be my Christmas too.
It's been great, guys. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Look up Pyramid Scaffold Design.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, go on. Give us a little plug, Ben. Where can they find you?
LinkedIn, Pyramid SD, or the website pyramidSD.co.uk.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.